Sup peeps, my name's Ian. I sell books on eBay and Vinted. This is Bundles of Books. Welcome back to the channel, whichever one is you. Great to have you here. Today it's going to be a wee bit different from what is the usual. Normally I would run through my Vinted and my eBay sales, show you what's been selling, give you an idea of what you might want to look out for yourself out in the world. But I've already done all my orders. Vinted was playing silly beggars today. The website failing to load and constantly taking forever. So I've just been having to pick away at it all day to try and get the orders done and dusted whilst I've been doing other things. And I only had like 4 eBay orders, so I did them at the same time. So that's all done. So I've got nothing of them to share and show you. And I'm not even going to tell you what they were. It's a big secret. So unless you bought the books, you won't know what I sold. But instead, I want to show you a bit of a pickup that I got, well, a couple of days ago now. And this is not going into charity shops and buying books off their shelves. This is the kind of next level of sourcing, which is where I'm trying to be. I don't want to spend all day, every day, going round lots and lots of different places, picking up a handful of items in each place, and some getting none, and others picking up 20 or 30. It's fun to do, but it's not very economically sound. It doesn't make sense for the amount of time it takes, for the potential limited profit that might come back. Yes, you find the odd banger in amongst them, but by picking up collections, picking up bulk loads, which takes a lot less time, you still find those bangers in amongst it. And that kind of takes me to what I want to show you. But first, before we get to that, I have an unboxing. My latest broken binding purchase has arrived. Now, I remember buying a book. I don't remember what it was. I think it's something to do with like vampires and werewolves, but I can't remember anything more than that. But I ordered it ages ago, and that's it, only just arrived. Actually came a couple of days ago, but this is me just getting to go into it. So I do love opening up a broken binding parcel. They're the best things you can get through the door if you're into books, as far as I'm concerned. So I thought I would just share that with you. And I'm hoping this one is packed and wrapped as nicely as they usually are. I've had a couple that haven't been, which was disappointing. But let's take a look. Right, you tell me, is it proper packed and wrapped, broken binding style? Hey, it looks like it is. Excellent. Right, so there we go. We've got yet another box for when something slightly more expensive sells. I've got some decent boxes, just good book sized to ship out in. And then we get to the lovely broken binding edition of, this always takes a while, but you've got to savour the moment, haven't you? These books are far too expensive for just being books. But then, you know, most of the books they've got, the hardcovers are going to be 20, 25 quid anyway, if you want to buy them when they come out. So why not get one that's maybe a wee bit nicer and comes with lots of free packing material. Well, when I say lots, it comes with free packing material as well. So, you know, there's a gain to be had there. I've got a box that would have cost £1. We've got some of that stuff that would have cost, you know, a few pence. So already saving money. And then we've got some nice grey tinted bubble wrap. See, it's got a tint to it. Isn't that lovely? Ah, there we go. And there's always a sticker on the front to tell you what the book is, in case you're some sort of anal type and wants to keep it just wrapped as it is. So there we go. Is that in focus? Can you see that? I don't know. But it's there anyway. Love the little ribbon. Shall we undo the ribbon? Oh, and it just falls away. It just falls away. And we can lift that off. Add that to the other pile of ribbons. And then carefully remove the tape from the brown paper. Now, I would love to pack and send every book that I sell like this, but if you're selling a book for £1, It's really not worth doing. But it is nice. And it's a bit of a faddy thing, these services at the moment. I know there's a few of them doing it now. It is a bit faddy. It's not really necessary. Instead of going to Waterstones when they have a book signing, you just buy them from broken binding. Oh, you have to wait to get on the list and do this, that and the other. But, you know, it makes it nice to get these things through in the post. Right, the brown paper is off. Oh, there we go. Grave Empire, Richard Swan. I haven't read any of his earlier series, but I've heard quite good things about this. I just thought, oh, let's get something new. So let's have a wee tour of the book. First of all, we've got a lovely cover, as you would expect, because it's a hardcover fantasy book. So they always make a wee bit of an effort, don't they? Lots of lovely detail. Oh, right. The ocean, the storm clouds, and the bit in between. Now that's my favourite thing about these editions, is when you get that kind of beautiful edge to it. Yeah, there's going to be mermen in this and everything, isn't there? And that's just absolutely gorgeous, is it not? No? Do you not agree? I don't care. I like it. It doesn't have any... Sometimes with these ones you get like a double-sided print on the dust jacket. Not in this case. But how's that? Gorgeous again. And yep, that's definitely some sort of battle shark with a merman hanging off the back of it. So this looks like it could be an awful lot of fun. Like a big orca behind it. Yeah, so yes. They're stunning looking books. If you like nice things, these are nice things. And of course, it is signed by the author. Mr. Swan has put his scribble on it there, or his initials. It's his initials, isn't it? So first signed edition with limited edition artwork, sprayed edges, and all the rest of it. What's the end papers like? The end papers are usually quite snazzy in these as well. There we go, some rather snazzy end papers there. And what have we got in the reverse? Bit of a sea battle going on. Yeah, that's very nice. Excellent. So yeah, I'm delighted with that. And when you get a good looking book, it just makes you want to read it. Although I've still got 3 or 4 broken binding books that I have not read yet. In fact, I've got more than that, because I've got the whole 3 body problem, which I need to get to at some point. Which I may or may not do in this lifetime. I may have to wait until I've been reincarnated to find the time for that kind of stuff. But yeah, gorge, pure gorge. And that will be going on my shelf to read very, very soon. I had been expecting it an awful lot sooner than now, because it came out in February and it was expected kind of mid to late February, but it has only just arrived. So I'd planned on reading it when it arrived, which I am going to do now, but I need to finish, what's it called? Priest of Lies, I think I'm on to. Yes, and whoever it is that wrote that wee series. Anyway, well, that's a wee skinny book. I'll get that done, and then I'm going to move on to that, and really looking forward to it. Anyway, anywho, and any whatsits. That's not why we're really here. We're here to see what we have been picking up to sell on eBay and Vinted. Now, I have another 2 bundles, almost the same size as this, and they all came from the same collection. There. Oh, it's heavy. These are heavy books. Well, they're heavy when you're sitting at an awkward angle, that's for sure. And what are these books? What are these books that I picked up in a collection? There was about 80 of them in total. I think about 80. And some of them are worth 3 or 4 quid. Some of them are worth £100. Well, one of them seems to have the potential to sell for about the £100 mark. They are books about chess. All of these are chess books, and the other 2 stacks that I've got are all chess books as well. I'm going to show you these ones because I've already listed these on eBay. Total listing value for that lot, about £580. What they will eventually sell for, I don't know. Chess books have sold well in the past for me, but they do take a long time. They're not, I don't expect these to like fly out the door in the next week. They will trickle out, but they do all sell, it would seem. So this was kind of the cream of the crop. Not all, but most of this was the cream. Let's see, I've got another small stack, which is stuff that I'm actually just going to chuck on Vinted because they're only worth a few quid each, just see how they sell there. And then another couple of decent sized piles that are kind of £10 to £20 books. They all seem to sit in that bracket, and I'm just working my way through these, which is kind of like that one there. You know, think like a grandmaster. These do not look like much, but if you see them out in the wild, it's worth picking them up. Or better still, buy collections. You need to tell people what you do. If you're reselling anything and you keep it a big secret and you go into the charity shops, I see resellers in the charity shops doing this, kidding on that they're looking for something for the kids or for the wife or for the boyfriend or for the husband or for the whatever, or my next door neighbour was looking for. And you know fine well that's not it. I mean, you recognise what they're saying. You get any old consoles? Oh, I just thought the kids might like to try a bit of retro gaming. Oh, yeah, right, mate. Tell people what you do. So wherever you're going, whether you're going round the charity shops, car boots, whatever, you know, ask for what you're asking for and tell people why you are asking for it, because you just do not know what's going to come along, what opportunity may arise out of that. Some people will not like it. Most people won't care. And some people will go, oh, there's an opportunity for me. No, somebody could take all the books that I buy and go and check them through all the various apps where you can sell them for 10p, 50p, a pound, and put them in a box, send them away, wait a couple of weeks, get a message back saying that some were accepted, some weren't, finally get their money. That's fine. You can do that. You can do that at your own pace and all the rest of it. Or somebody can just give them what to me and I'll give them some money there and then. Job's a good one. It's people having a clear out, not people selling like valued collections. That's what I look for. I want to be doing a lot more of that. Zen, I would love to be able to take everything you've got, man. But I'm having to still be a wee bit restrictive in what I do, space, cash flow, and all of these things. But this was an opportunity that I couldn't miss because it was guaranteed there would be a couple of half decent books in amongst this lot that would, you know, comfortably pay for the whole collection, which it did. I paid a little over the odds for these. It was 80 odd books, and I paid £60. So I paid a bit more than I usually do, but like I say, I was confident that there would be value in amongst them. And like I say, this little stack, starting with Think Like a Chess Grandmaster, is all listed for a listed value of around £580. Maybe a wee bit less than that, I can't exactly remember. But we also have, you won't be able to see that, Staunton's Chess Player's Handbook from 1915. Here we go. G. Bell and Sons Limited, 1915. Not a crazy valuable book, but when I say that, it's still got a potential of about 20 quid. So there was old antique ones, but it's this kind of book, these kind of things that are usually worth the best money. Very limited print runs. Anything like this, it is going to be a limited print run. So once it's been done, it's gone. It ain't coming back. You're unlikely to get a second and third edition of them. So when you pick these up, there will be some that people want to collect. People who play chess will have, you know, a real interest in. And again, that's one of them there. I can't remember what that listed for. A minute, I'll see if I can get what actual listing prices on these as I go through them. Would that make it slightly more interesting? It shouldn't be difficult to do because they should all be at my newest listed. Right, so Think Like a Grandmaster, that first one, 30 quid. Staunton's Chess Player's Handbook, the 1915 book, 25 quid. I've got postage in that for some reason, I don't know why. Russian Silhouettes by Grandmaster Gena Sosonko, Gena, I don't know, £20. What's next? Now, as usual, I will butcher names here, I've got no doubt about it. Karpov and Korchnoi, Massacre in Murano, 25 quid. What's next? Developments in the Sicilian Dragon, 1984 to 88. It's little more than a pamphlet. 12 quid. Chess Base Magazine, number 7. Only the second ever English edition. Newer editions of that sell for like a tenner each. This is from 1988. It's up for 25. Now, I'm not kidding on that I will get all of these amounts of money for these books, but that's what I'm aiming for. We'll see what comes in offers wise. Developments in the Sicilian 2F4, 1980 to 1988. So a similar wee pamphlet to that last one. 12 quid. Chess Base Magazine. Again, Chess Base Magazine. First English edition. So there you go. The first English edition. And they've stuck that up for 35. We'll see what happens. A couple of these, there wasn't much to guide on those specific editions and volumes. But, you know, based on new ones still selling for a tenner, I just thought, let's just try, and there might be a bit of nostalgic bobs and bits in amongst that. Another one for £12. The Games of Victor Kuprichik. Nick, I'll be relying on you to pronounce correct all my pronunciations on this one. This is a bit of a chunky monster. Encyclopedia of Chess Openings, Volume 3, or C. There you go. A bit more encyclopedic in its style. 25 quid. Howard Staunton, the English World Chess Champion. There we go. It's a book. 25 quid. Chess Psychology. £12. My light's just got very, very dim. I think it's about to run out of batteries. We'll see if I can find another one. I've always got one on charge. There we go. Bright eyes, burning like fire. Why? Oh, I better be careful. Don't want to get all these. What is it? Copyright strikes. Whoa, man, that is well brighter. The Slav for the Tournament Player by Glenn Fleer. No, Fleer. 12 quid. Blunders and Brilliancies. 12 quid. Starting out, the Scandinavian by Jovanka Huska. 20 quid. Winning with Schliemann. 12 quid. Chess Explorations. It's a book. And that's listed for £15. Secrets of Modern Chess Strategy. 12. Getting the gist of it now. 20. More Gina Sosonko. 35. Paul Kears. Photographs and Games. £45. A Black Defensive System. Was it Grandmaster Andrew Soltis? Soltis. 35 quid. We've got that one listed for. More developments in the Sicilian. This time it's Shevchnikov, 85 to 88. £14.99. I've got that one up for. And the last one in this little bundle is the Petrov Defence. Again, a bit of a chonker. There we go. And we've got that listed for £125. So that's a stack of books. think I've only picked up part of that pile. I think I actually had more than that I've listed already. But that's what we've done so far. And yeah, a lot of money for what was paid for them, but they won't sell fast. So that 60 quid that I spent on them could be tied up for a little while until a few of them have sold. But as I say, that's only a third of the total pile that I got. About, that's not a precise number, about a third. So I do have an awful lot more of them to list, which I will list a few of them this evening. Like I say, I've got a couple I'm going to chuck on Vinted just to see if there's any kind of nibbles there. But as the Vinted website has been so dodgy today, I've not really listed anything on Vinted today. Stuck up a few DVDs. I thought, let's try some DVDs and just see what happens with them. But I don't want to saturate my pages with non-book media, so we'll just try a few different things, see what works. Well, that lot's listed. They've been up for a day, well, almost a day. Nothing has sold yet, but I'll be kind of curious, keeping a close eye on those sales. I don't have much choice because I process them all myself anyway, don't I? Yeah, obviously. So we'll just see what comes of them. But yes, when you're sourcing, if you rely purely on what you can find on the shelves, you may or may not get an awful lot of stock. You might be lucky that you're in the right place to do that. So you need to find other routes, which is what I've been trying to do for quite a while. Picking stuff off the shelves, like I say, it's fun. I like going round and browsing as if I'm buying books. But within the context of a working day, it's not the way to go. So yeah, we're looking at buying big loads, collections. You can use charity shops, but you need to work out how to source from them rather than just buying off their shelves. There's ways, as World of Books know fine well. Yes. How do you beat the big man? With a large stick. Anyway, that is all I've really got to talk about today. I don't think there's anything else of interest. I've picked up a few books for my own private collection the last few days as well, actually. But they're for me to read alongside Grave Empire. So I've just buried them away in a shelf until I get round to even thinking about them. And we shall see that from there. So yeah, chess books, if you see them in the shops, they might be worth picking up. They're always worth taking a look at, even if they do look kind of like plain and almost pamphlet-ish. And the same goes for a lot of other very niche areas. You know, when you find stuff that's in a niche, chances are it might actually be worth a wee bit more. You know, if James Patterson, millions of people would potentially pick up a James Patterson book to read. Very few people will pick up a chess book in comparison. But those that are into chess are typically very into chess, so they're more likely to pick up the chess book than the person who might be interested in the James Patterson book. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, niches is neat, and I'm going to leave it there. So thank you for joining me today. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow. Might be the day after, which would be like getting into the weekend. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, thanks, and I shall see you all soon. Cheerio, bye bye. Click.